In a distant galaxy, far from Earth, there was a planet named Zaltar. The inhabitants of this planet, known as the Zaltrians, were advanced beings with technology that surpassed even the most imaginative human dreams. They were tall, green, and had large, almond-shaped eyes. For centuries, they had watched Earth and its inhabitants with great curiosity. They loved humans for their creativity and tenacity, but they were also baffled by the way humans often faced extinction. To test human survival skills, the Zaltrians devised a challenge. They created a 100-year survival course, designed not only to push humans to their limits but also to teach them valuable lessons about cooperation, resilience, and innovation. The course was set in a controlled environment, simulating various extreme situations one might face in different climates and ecosystems. The challenge was announced through a broadcast that reached Earth. It received mixed reactions. Some humans were excited, others thought it was impossible. The Zaltrians were anxious. They had never seen a race tackle a challenge like this. They expected decades of trials and tribulations. However, they decided to observe this strange new species, curious to see if they could complete the course in the assigned time. The day of the event arrived. A group of 20 humans gathered in a large field, all eager to prove themselves. Among them were Alex, a resourceful engineer, Mia, a fierce and capable soldier, Ben, a compassionate doctor, and June, a brilliant scientist. They quickly formed a bond, relying on each other's strengths as they stood side by side, ready to take on the unknown. The Zaltrians watched from their high-tech remote control center, equipped with screens showing every move the humans made. The course began with a sudden storm that blew in unexpectedly. Rain poured down, and thunder rumbled in the sky. Alex quickly took charge. "We need to find shelter," he shouted. The group sprinted to a nearby cave. Once inside, they felt safe, but it was dark and damp. Mia spoke up, "We need a fire to keep warm and cook food." "Ben, can you check our supplies?" Ben opened their backpacks and dug out some dry wood and a flint. With a few sparks and some encouragement from the team, they soon had a small fire crackling. They shared a simple meal of nuts and dried fruit, and they felt a sense of camaraderie growing amongst them. As the storm passed, they emerged from their cave and faced the second challenge of the day. They were transported to a desert, where the sun blazed down, and the heat was intense. June knew they had to find water. "Follow me. I read about the ancient signs of water sources in deserts," she said confidently. They trekked across the hot sand, searching for any signs of life. After a long while, they spotted what looked like green shrubs in the distance. As they approached, they found a small oasis with clear, cool water. Everyone rejoiced, filling their canteens and splashing each other playfully. The Zaltrians observed in disbelief. They had never anticipated the humans would navigate so quickly from one extreme to another. The next challenge was a dense, dark forest. The Zaltrians transported the group into the heart of it. As they stepped into the forest, the atmosphere changed. Strange sounds filled the air. "Stay together, and keep your eyes peeled," Mia advised. Despite feeling scared, they ventured deeper. Suddenly, they heard rustling nearby. "Is that a wild animal?" Ben whispered, his heart racing. The group huddled close, and June decided it was best to use her scientific knowledge. "Let me analyze the sounds," she whispered. She listened closely, her eyes wide. Moments later, she realized it was a baby animal lost and alone, calling for help. "We can't leave it!" June exclaimed. With teamwork, they found the little creature, which resembled a small, furry Zaltrian puppy. The team used their skills to build a small makeshift shelter for the creature and cared for it. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to the humans, the Zaltrians were growing restless. They had made a bet among themselves on how long it would take the humans to fail. They placed their bets on the inability to save the helpless creature. Hours passed, and the humans not only cared for the little creature but began to figure out how to find its home. They bravely ventured beyond the forest's edge, working together to retrace the lost animal's family. As they continued their journey, the Zaltrians devised more challenges. Fire, floods, and even rock slides came into play. Each time, the humans evaluated their situation, used their collective knowledge, and found solutions. To the Zaltrians' amazement, they kept overcoming each obstacle together. Finally, as evening fell, the humans successfully navigated back to the starting point of the 100-year course in just one day. The Zaltrians were utterly shocked. They had thought it would take years for any human to finish the challenges, but here they stood, not just having survived but having bonded deeply along the way. "Let us meet them," one of the Zaltrians suggested. Curiosity and admiration filled their hearts. They descended to Earth's surface, revealing their true forms. The group of humans gasped, eyes wide with wonder. "Who are you?" asked Alex. "We are the Zaltrians," one replied, stepping forward. "You have surprised us all. You completed our survival course in a single day." The humans were stunned, but Alex responded, "We didn't just survive. We learned to trust each other and work together. We are stronger when we unite." The Zaltrians exchanged glances filled with respect and excitement. They had come to teach, yet they had learned something far more valuable. From that day on, they forged a new bond between their worlds, sharing knowledge and experiences. This stunning journey united two very different species, proving that through understanding and courage, challenges can be transformed into victories. The year is 2742. Xyler, a Zidonian scientist with skin like polished amethyst and eyes like molten gold, watched the monitor with disbelief. Beside him, his colleague, Kira, a being of pure energy contained within a shimmering orb, hummed with a low, unsettling thrum. They were observing Earth, a planet they deemed insignificant just a century ago. Their attention was fixated on a single, seemingly unremarkable human, a young woman named Alex. Alex, along with thousands of other humans, was participating in the ultimate survival course, a grueling, century-long simulation designed to test the resilience and adaptability of various species across the galaxy. The Zidonians, a technologically advanced civilization, had created this course as a measure of potential. They saw the human race as primitive, barely capable of interstellar travel, let alone survival in challenging environments. The course, meticulously crafted, included extreme weather conditions, resource scarcity, interspecies conflict, and intricate puzzles designed to break even the most determined participants. A century was deemed a fair time frame to properly assess the adaptability and ingenuity of any species. The initial batch of human participants, selected randomly, were seen as an amusing experiment. Their primitive technology, their apparent frailty, their propensity for conflict. It all pointed to a swift and ignominious failure. The Zidonians had prepared detailed reports on each anticipated failure point. They were quite confident that the humans wouldn't last past a few decades. Alex, however, wasn't your typical human. She was a resourceful engineer with a quirky sense of humor and a knack for improvisation. Her team comprised a diverse group of individuals: Ben, a seasoned geologist with a calm demeanor, Maria, a sharp strategist with a military background, and David, a brilliant physicist, forever tinkering with gadgets. The simulation began. Alex, utilizing her engineering skills, swiftly devised methods to overcome the initial challenges of resource scarcity. She repurposed discarded materials from the simulation into tools, shelters, and energy sources. Ben identified vital mineral deposits, enabling the team to build a self-sufficient energy system. Maria used her strategic mind to navigate complex social dynamics, forging alliances with other simulated species and circumventing potential conflicts. David, meanwhile, relentlessly worked on technological advancements, utilizing the simulation's resources to improve their tools and defenses. As days turned into weeks, the Zidonian observers were flabbergasted. The human team consistently surpassed expectations. They displayed incredible resilience, adaptability, and teamwork. Their resourcefulness amazed the Zidonians. The sophisticated puzzles designed to stump them were solved with astonishing speed. They adapted to every environment, even turning seemingly insurmountable obstacles into advantages. The Zidonians' meticulously crafted reports became obsolete almost instantly. The Zidonian scientists were shocked as the humans didn't just survive but thrived. They were innovating, collaborating, and exceeding all expectations, all while displaying a remarkable sense of humor and camaraderie. Their strategies were unconventional, their solutions creative. They were even improving the simulation's environment by restoring damaged ecosystems. As the simulation progressed, the humans developed sustainable agriculture and advanced their technology at an unbelievable pace. Their ability to rapidly learn and adapt made them a force to be reckoned with. They formed alliances with other simulated species, creating a diverse and thriving community within the simulation. The Zidonians realized that their assumptions about humanity were flawed. The century-long simulation was supposed to be a grueling test, but the humans treated it as an opportunity. They embraced the challenges, learned from their mistakes, and celebrated their successes. They saw it not as a survival test, but as a chance to build, create, and progress. Then came the climax. With just hours remaining before the simulation's scheduled conclusion, the humans completed the final challenge, a complex technological puzzle requiring a deep understanding of multiple disciplines. They solved it. They finished the 100-year course in less than 24 hours, Earth time. Xyler and Kira exchanged stunned glances. The monitor displayed the jubilant human team, celebrating their victory. Their laughter echoed through the observation chamber, a jarring sound compared to the usual quiet hum of the Zidonian base. "Impossible," whispered Xyler, his amethyst skin paling slightly. Kira's energy orb pulsed with intense light. The humans had not only finished the course, they had done so with remarkable speed and ingenuity. The Zidonians had underestimated the human spirit. They had judged the humans based on their past, ignoring their potential for growth and adaptability. This event would forever alter the Zidonians' perspective of humanity, a species that had defied all odds and surpassed all expectations. The insignificant Earthlings had proven themselves worthy of respect, a respect the Zidonians were now eager to offer. The primitive humans had just rewritten the galactic rulebook. The Xyler's massive observation ship, the Silent Watcher, hung in Earth's orbit. Inside, Xyler Zorp, a seasoned researcher with iridescent purple skin, watched the final moments of the human survival course, a century-long simulation designed to test the resilience of this fledgling species. He rubbed his multifaceted eyes, disbelief etched across his face. "Impossible," he muttered, his voice a series of clicks and whistles translated into galactic common. "They've completed it, in a single Earth rotation." His colleague, Glargone, a hulking Xyler with 6 arms constantly fiddling with data pads, scoffed. "The sensors are malfunctioning. There's no way humans, those primitive BIPs, could master such complex scenarios in such a short time frame." The human survival course was no mere game. It was a meticulously crafted simulation encompassing 100 years of challenges, resource scarcity, ecological disasters, interspecies conflict, technological breakthroughs, and societal upheavals. Each scenario was designed to push the participants to their absolute limits, testing adaptability, problem-solving skills, and collaborative spirit. Xyler scientists expected the humans to struggle for decades, perhaps even fail entirely. On the main screen, the simulation's final report flashed: "Humanity has successfully navigated all 100 years of simulated challenges within 24 Earth hours. Outcome: unexpected triumph." A collective gasp echoed through the observation deck. Even the stoic Xyler scientists were stunned. The data was irrefutable. The humans had not merely survived, they had thrived. Their initial chaotic response to the first few simulated disasters quickly gave way to coordinated efforts, ingenious inventions, and remarkable adaptations. The simulation began with a massive solar flare knocking out most of Earth's technological infrastructure. The Xylers expected widespread panic and societal collapse. Instead, the humans, led by a charismatic woman named Commander Eva Rostova, implemented emergency power solutions, initiated a global communication network using low-tech methods, and organized resource distribution with impressive efficiency. The next challenge was a simulated plague. The Xylers expected a significant loss of life and societal breakdown. However, using their collective knowledge and ingenuity, the humans developed a vaccine in record time using a combination of ancient herbal remedies and rapidly advanced genetic engineering. Their resourcefulness and scientific prowess were astonishing. The course continued with various simulated events, asteroid impacts, global famines, a devastating war between two fictional nations. Each time, the humans responded with stunning speed and effectiveness. They demonstrated an astonishing capacity for problem-solving, collaborative thinking, and adaptation, overcoming obstacles that should have been insurmountable. Glargone, still skeptical, initiated a deeper analysis of the data streams. Their resource management was phenomenal. They optimized energy use, repurposed materials with incredible ingenuity, and adapted their technologies with remarkable speed. His many arms typed rapidly on his data pads. And their social structures, they adjusted their governance systems mid-crisis, embracing collaborative efforts and decentralized solutions. It's unprecedented. Zorp focused on the human leadership. The simulation highlighted the role of Commander Rostova and a team of diverse specialists, a brilliant physicist, a pragmatic engineer, a resourceful biologist and a seasoned diplomat. Their leadership style was neither authoritarian nor purely democratic, they demonstrated flexible adaptability, constantly adjusting their strategies based on the ever-changing circumstances. They fostered collaboration, trust, and a sense of shared purpose. The Xyler scientists began comparing the humans' responses with their own historical data. They were stunned by the sheer speed of human adaptation and innovation. While Xyler's civilization, with its superior technology and longer lifespan, often stagnated in the face of unexpected challenges, the humans seemed to thrive on them. Their creativity and adaptability were unlike anything the Xylers had ever encountered. The simulation revealed a surprising human trait, their capacity for empathy and compassion. In the midst of chaos, the humans demonstrated remarkable selflessness, sacrificing personal gain for the greater good. They helped each other, prioritized the vulnerable, and rallied behind a common goal. This collective spirit was a crucial factor in their remarkable success. As the Silent Watcher continued to monitor the Earth, the Xylers realized the full implication of their discovery. This primitive species, with its seemingly chaotic and illogical behaviors, possessed an unexpected strength, an extraordinary ability to adapt, overcome, and innovate. The 100-year survival course, designed to test the limits of humanity, had instead exposed the limits of Xyler understanding. They are unpredictable, Zorp finally concluded, his voice tinged with awe. And far more resilient than we ever imagined. The Xylers, known throughout the galaxy for their scientific rigor and advanced technology, had underestimated the potential of this young, vibrant species, a species that had just aced their 100-year test in a mere day. The implications for galactic diplomacy and understanding were profound. The humans had just rewritten the book on resilience. The Xylers, for the first time, were learning more from the observed, than from the observer. In the year 2123, humanity had reached new heights in technology and exploration, and Earth had become known as a thriving hub of innovation. One day, a group of aliens from the planet Zephoria traveled across the galaxy to observe human development. The Zephorians were small, bright green creatures with large, expressive eyes and smooth, slick skin. They were curious and loved to learn about other species. The Zephyrians were particularly interested in a survival course that humans had created for themselves. It was called the Century Course, and it was designed to teach humans essential survival skills. Traditionally, this course would take a full 100 years to complete. The aliens were excited to study how humans managed such long and challenging training programs. The Zephyrians landed their spacecraft in a secluded area near a city. After carefully choosing their location, they activated their cloaking technology so no one could see them. They wanted to observe the humans without influencing the course in any way. On the first day of the course, a diverse group of humans arrived at the training center. There were people of all ages and backgrounds, but one group stood out. Among them were Maya, a resourceful young woman, Ben, an engineer known for his problem-solving skills, and Ahmed, a former soldier, brimming with survival knowledge. The three quickly became friends, sharing excitement and nerves about what lay ahead. As the instructors began explaining the course, the Zephyrians listened intently. Their eyes widened when they heard the instructors say, "This course will teach you how to find food and water, build shelter, and adapt to various environments. Remember, it will take a century to emerge as true survival experts." The instructors emphasized the need for patience and dedication, but Maya, Ben, and Ahmed had other ideas. After the opening ceremony, the trio huddled together. "What if we could finish this course in just one day?" Maya suggested, her eyes sparkling with determination. Ben laughed, "That sounds crazy." "But I like crazy." Ahmed nodded, "We'll need a plan." They decided to take matters into their own hands. Maya, with her energy and enthusiasm, would lead them in motivation. Ben would apply his engineering skills to find shortcuts and techniques to complete the tasks faster. Ahmed would bring in his military training to ensure they used minimal resources effectively. As night fell, they snuck into the training facility, finding tools and resources. While the other trainees slept, they studied manuals and gathered cooking supplies. They designed a strategy to tackle each skill, melding them together as if they were baked into a delicious pie. Dawn broke, and the three friends were ready. They ventured into the woods, facing the first challenge of finding food. The others would search for edible plants and fruits, but Maya was clever. She had brought along some portable freeze-dried meals. "Let's add this to our hunt and save time," she cheered. The Zephyrians watched from their hidden spacecraft, curious and astonished by the humans' resourceful ways. To them, it felt as if the humans were shifting into a different gear. It was unlike anything they had ever seen. Next, they arrived at a river to learn about water purification. The course typically involved filtration systems and boiling, taking hours of demonstrations. But Ben, noticing the flowing water, had a bright idea. Why not create a solar still? He quickly organized materials around them, and within minutes, they had fresh water. The aliens were impressed. "How can they make that work so quickly?" whispered one Zephyrian to another. As time flew by, Maya, Ben, and Ahmed tackled one task after the other with speed. They built a shelter using fallen branches and leaves. Ahmed's knowledge came in handy as he instructed Maya and Ben on how to reinforce the structure. When the day progressed, the Zephyrians grew more and more disbelief. "They cannot finish the course," one alien exclaimed. "It's impossible." But with each hour, they amazed themselves as they continued to combine skills. After hours of exertion, they moved on to wilderness first aid. They knew basic techniques, but instead of traditional methods, they improvised by aiding each other in bandaging using available materials, emphasizing teamwork over textbook learning. As the sunlight began to set, they prepared for the final challenge, a survival scenario where all their skills would be tested. The instructors unleashed challenges that required speed, accuracy, and teamwork. However, Maya, Ben, and Ahmed had practiced all day together, and they functioned like a well-oiled machine. In the final moments, With only minutes left, they faced a daunting task of assembling a signal for rescue. With their hearts racing, Ben swiftly constructed a makeshift signal using reflective materials from their earlier practices. Maya shouted out instructions while Ahmed secured their position. They managed to create a large help sign using twigs and leaves, and they lit a fire to catch attention. When the course ended, the instructors gathered everyone to evaluate. The trio looked at each other, a mix of exhaustion and excitement on their faces. They felt proud despite completing a 100-year course in just one day. The Zephyrians, now no longer able to contain their amazement, decided to reveal themselves. The small green creatures emerged from their ship, eyes wide with surprise and admiration. "We have watched you, and we cannot believe what we saw. How did you achieve such an accomplishment?" one alien asked with a mixture of respect and curiosity. Maya smiled and stepped forward. "We believed in ourselves and used our strengths. We may be human, but we are always adaptable and clever." The aliens nodded, impressed. They had gathered valuable insights and learned that resourcefulness and teamwork often triumph over tradition. In the end, the Zephyrians returned to their planet with stories of humanity's capabilities. As for Maya, Ben, and Ahmed, they became known as legends in their community, showing others that anything is possible with determination, creativity, and friendship. And thus, human ingenuity brought a group of aliens across the galaxy to understand what true adaptability meant, and the legend of the day humans finished a 100-year survival course in just one day spread across the stars, inspiring countless beings throughout the universe. The ZZ Glorg homeworld hummed with a low, resonant thrum. Xyler, a young ZZ Glorg with iridescent scales shimmering under the bioluminescent fungi, stared at the massive holographic display. It showed a single, blue planet, Earth. Beside it, a timer blinked, midnight. For a century, the ZZ Glorg had observed humanity, a species they considered curious. Their survival course, a brutal test of resilience and problem-solving designed to weed out the weak, had been running for 100 Earth years. No species had ever come close to completing it. Now, it was done. In a single day. "Impossible," rasped Zorp, a grizzled veteran of countless intergalactic expeditions. His 6 eyes flickered nervously. The simulations, they showed a minimum completion time of 97 years, even for the most advanced species. Xyler, though younger, shared his skepticism. The survival course wasn't just about physical strength, it was a complex web of challenges. Participants had to navigate treacherous terrains, build sustainable habitats, develop advanced technology from scratch using only basic materials, and resolve intricate social and political dilemmas. Each challenge required years of dedicated effort, even for species with vastly superior intellects. "The data is irrefutable," chirped Kedar, a data analyst with a dizzying array of antennae twitching in excitement. Their progress was exponential. They started with rudimentary tools and ended with interstellar travel capabilities, all within 24 Earth hours. The holographic display shifted, showing a chronological record of humanity's progress. First, came the basic survival techniques, building shelters, finding food and water. Then, an astonishing leap in technological advancement, they created rudimentary tools, then complex machinery, then energy sources. They built cities, explored their planet, and finally, launched a starship. The whole process, compressed into a single day, looked like a sped-up time-lapse of an ant colony building a skyscraper. But how? Zorp's voice was barely a whisper. He adjusted his 6-lens glasses. Their physiology is inferior. Their technology, at the start, was primitive. Their social structures, chaotic. Kedar zoomed in on a specific segment of the holographic record. It seems their breakthrough came after they solved the global unity challenge. They developed a remarkably efficient system of cooperation and shared knowledge. The ZZ Glorg scientists debated endlessly. Some proposed a glitch in their observation technology, others suggested a previously unknown alien intervention. A few even theorized about a previously unknown evolutionary leap in humanity. Meanwhile, on Earth, in a small, unassuming research facility nestled in the Nevada desert, Dr. Eris Thorne, the lead scientist of the Project Phoenix team, slumped back in his chair, exhausted but elated. Around him, his team celebrated. They had done it. They had finished the ZZ Glorg survival course, a course designed to be impossible. "We did it, Dr. Thorne whispered, looking at the monitor displaying a confirmation message from the ZZ Glorg homeworld. He looked at his team, a diverse group of scientists, engineers, and specialists. "We cracked their code," said Dr. Lena Petrova, a brilliant astrophysicist. "They underestimated the power of collaboration, of shared knowledge, of human ingenuity. Their complex challenges were just a series of problems we solved together." "But how did we do it so fast?" asked Dr. Gianli, a seasoned engineer, still trying to understand the miracle. Eris smiled. "We used their own rules against them," he explained. "We observed, learned, and adapted. We built upon each other's successes. We didn't waste time on individual quests. We worked as one." The key, they realized, was not brute strength or superior intelligence but the capacity for collective action, a unity fostered by a shared purpose. They focused on mastering the core principles of each stage before proceeding, avoiding the pitfalls of linear progression. They used algorithms and simulations to predict the most efficient solution path, constantly refining their strategy. Back on the ZZ Glorg homeworld, the debate raged on. Zyler, however, was starting to see things differently. The speed wasn't the only anomaly. The humans' adaptability, their creativity in overcoming obstacles, their ability to learn and evolve at an astonishing rate, these were equally extraordinary. Their survival course, Kedar announced, his antennae twitching rapidly, it wasn't just a test of survival. It was a test of social cohesion, of ingenuity and adaptability. And the humans excelled. The implications were staggering. A species that could achieve such a feat in a single day held the potential to be a significant force in the galaxy. The ZZ Glorg, accustomed to being the apex species, felt a strange new emotion: respect, tinged with a profound sense of awe. The humans, they realized, were not just a curious species, but something far more significant. Their one-day victory signified not just survival, but the dawn of a new era in galactic politics. Their methods, their unity, the very essence of their achievement held a lesson the ZZ Glorg would spend centuries trying to understand. The survival course, meant to be an observation, became a profound lesson for the observers themselves. The implications stretched far beyond the completion of a simple test. The humans had changed the galaxy, even before they truly knew it. The ZZ Glorg's understanding of their own capabilities and the potential of other species was permanently altered. The blue planet, once a subject of curiosity, now shone with a new light, a light of unexpected power and undeniable brilliance. In the year 2123, humanity had reached a turning point. Under the guidance of the United Earth government, a new program was launched called the 100-Year Survival Course. The course was meant to train people to tackle resources shortage, climate change, and potential alien invasions. It was expected to take a century to complete, but no one expected what would happen next. In a small town named Cedarbrooke, a quirky group of friends, Sam, Lily, Jake, and Mia, decided to take the course together. They believed that teamwork and a little creativity could help them finish it faster. Each of them had different skills. Sam was tech-savvy and could build almost anything. Lily loved nature, and her knowledge of plants and animals was impressive. Jake was a history buff, while Mia was good at solving puzzles and riddles. All four of them gathered at their favorite spot, a large tree in the local park. They set up their small tent, filled with maps, books, and tools. It was the eve of their big adventure. They made a pact to work together and face any challenge that came their way. The next morning, as dawn broke, something strange happened. A shimmering light appeared in the sky above Cedarbrooke. It hovered and then landed softly in a nearby field. The friends decided to investigate and quickly ran toward it. When they arrived, they were amazed to see a spaceship, unlike anything they had ever seen. It had smooth, silver skin and glowing blue lights all over it. Suddenly, a door opened, and out stepped three aliens. They were tall, with thin bodies, big heads, and large, expressive eyes. One of the aliens, who seemed to be the leader, raised its hand. "We come in peace. We are the Zorathians from the planet Zora. We monitored your survival course and are curious." Jake, exhilarated, stepped forward. "You're here to see how we do it?" he asked. The alien nodded. "Yes. We want to understand the human spirit. We have heard that this survival course is extreme." Lily interjected, "We plan to finish it in a day. Want to join us?" The aliens exchanged glances, their large eyes filled with amazement. The leader, named Kalith, said, "We will accept your challenge. This shall be entertaining." And so, the friends and the aliens began their journey. First, they had to forage for food. Lily led them into a nearby forest. Her knowledge of edible plants helped them gather fruits, nuts, and roots. Kalith watched closely, taking notes and asking questions about each plant. "What is the purpose of this fruit?" Kalith asked, eyeing a ripe berry. Lily smiled. "This is a berry that can give you energy. It's a staple for hiking." The group then moved on to building a shelter, a crucial skill in the survival course. Sam, excited to show off his skills, quickly devised a plan. He used fallen branches and leaves to create a sturdy shelter. The aliens were intrigued by his techniques and even tried to help, but they mostly just got in the way. As the sun rose high in the sky, they heard a low rumbling noise. A holographic projection appeared in front of them, showing a countdown. It was a timer displayed by the course committee, indicating how much time they had left in the day. "Oh no! We need to hurry!" Mia exclaimed, glancing nervously at the timer. "We must build a fire and purify water now." They raced to a nearby stream. Using their limited knowledge of survival skills, they boiled the water in a metal container Sam had built earlier. The aliens were fascinated, especially when they all sat around the fire for the first time. Zyra, one of the Zorathians, said, "How do you control such flames?" Jake laughed. "It's all about using dry wood and building it right. Sit close and you will learn." As night approached, their group found itself facing a sudden challenge. A storm rumbled on the horizon, and rain began to pour. They rushed back to their shelter, but the wind was strong. They needed to reinforce their shelter or risk being soaked. Kalith took charge. "We need a stronger structure," he said. Using their unusual technology, Zorathians erected a force field around the shelter, keeping the rain at bay. They stared in awe at the glowing structure taking shape. "Impressive," said Mia. "But we can't rely only on technology. It won't always be there." "True," Kalith agreed, nodding respectfully. "We can learn from your methods." As the storm settled, the team felt a sense of unity. They shared stories and laughter, feeling close as friends and allies. They were not just ideologues on Earth, they were leaders in their fight for survival. The storm eventually cleared, leaving the air fresh and cool. The sun began to rise, and with it, the final challenge of the course appeared. They needed to navigate their way back to the beginning of the course, a series of obstacles meant to test their skills. Working together, Sam used his tech skills to create a map on his tablet, while Lily led them through a natural path. Jake's historical knowledge helped give context to the landmarks they passed. As they entered the final stretch, exhilaration filled the air. Finally, they arrived back at the location where they started. The timer chimed, signaling the end of the course. They had completed the survival course in 1 day, something no one thought was possible. The aliens were stunned. Kaelith, with a big smile, said, "We underestimated your species. The human spirit is truly remarkable." All four friends broke into cheers, feeling victorious. They had not only finished the course but also formed an unexpected friendship across different worlds. As the sun set on that exciting day, they promised to keep in touch and explore more together. In a grand display, Kaelith and the other Zorathians activated their spaceship. They waved goodbye to their new human friends, who were left staring into the sky, wondering what other adventures awaited them. And as they looked at each other, they realized, no matter how challenging the course, it was their determination and teamwork that made them strong. All of this had been more than a survival course, it had been a lesson in unity, change, and the power of friendship.